G'day everyone. It's the end of July, but it'll be the beginning of August by the time you're watching this. I'm going to do a really quick update of what's happening. If you've seen my other video, you'll see that I have lambs. But presently I'm in my springers paddock. So just between the early mob and the second mob, I have vaccinated my girls. This little girl here, I did get confused on her. I thought she was actually due much earlier, but it was her sister who ended up returning. Hey, you've probably got 2 or 3 days. There's a Sunday, so actually maybe up to 4 days, when Shear's going to lamb, and this girl at the end, she's in the early. I did bring up a couple of the later mob just yesterday, and so instead of them walking in the gully, I brought them up and I popped them in here because I know they do mesh in with these other girls, because she, as you can see, she is definitely waddling. And this old girl, hey miss, just to save her walking down there. I don't know if I'm going to get another year out of you, am I? Good girl. Granny is right on the changeover, so she is right in that gap between the earlies and the lates, and that's why she spent the time in the earlies, and she's maintained her condition pretty good. Again, she's old. Hey, looking miss, how's that udder? Good girl. Well, you're not far away, are you? So I'd expect her to lamb in the next week. And while we're here, we're just going to look over the fence. I've done a deal with the neighbours for this stuff. Isn't that looking lovely? So I've got that for a month, that paddock, and that'll get those lambs cranking. So I've got that grass there, and you see them behind in the gully. It's quite stripped out, which was exactly what I thought was going to happen. This is where the pigs were last year, and there's a few weeds that I've actually sprayed. I'll spray a few more. Right, I'm in the chicken paddock, and you see I've got grass in here. I've been saving this a little bit because of the deal with the neighbours. What I'm going to do is just take off the best of this. That's my new rooster right there. So I've got him to produce some black rocks across my barred rocks. He's actually a highline Rhode Island red, so I'm hoping that mix will produce a black rock, which is a sex-linked chicken across those bards. But the problem I have in this paddock here is this end grows beautiful grass like this, and then the rest of the paddock is very short like this. So long, short, and the ewes come in and will just squash the longer stuff because of the variance in the paddock. So I'm going to get the lambed ewes, and we're going to give them a day or two in here. I'm then going to give them a day or two in the car paddock, and the hoggets then are going to get this paddock for a little while. Hoggets don't go where the chickens have been until they've lambed. Come on. Yes, come on. Come on. Come on, girls. Come on. Not the chickens. Problem is, when I start calling animals, the chickens follow as well. Hey, little buddy. How's it going? How you getting on? I might need to get you guys in and put tags on you, because those neck bands are getting a little bit tight. Right, this little guy here is still with mum. He's the one with she's the one with the udder problem. And I'm going to keep a really close eye on him and wire him up. This little fella, he's growing at 350 grams a day. He's the first one born. It's number 19. And so I think resting this gully for a month, I should get a reasonable amount of growth onto it, and that will enable me to have more grass for the lambs. So that's the plan. These girls in here, these girls have been vaccinated yesterday. I may have had a small incident with the truck. Yeah, I did get stuck when I was towing the trailer through. And I had a small incident with some bales. Yeah, that's not meant to be there. That's probably my stuff up for the day. I thought I'd steal a bale for ballast, feed my cows on the back of the tractor. And when I did, I went to take the top one, and it fell off and rolled down there. And I was actually hoping to just go over the edge and then no one would see it and I wouldn't have to explain it, but unfortunately it's stopped there. Oh well. This little fella here, notice his front leg. I've vaccinated for black leg too, and look, he came up with a black leg. Yes, I do know that's not the kind of black leg you vaccinate for. You can see there's a new cow. Well, it's only a calf, but there's a new one in the herd. A herd of 4 now, because there's actually 2 new ones. That little heifer, she is a twin, and the other twin was a bull, so she will be a Freemartin. And 2 big cows, and the 2 big cows there, and this little fella. And I got in a bale of silage, which they've destroyed in a week. Fuck yeah. I got it and I fixed the water leak here, and actually I created one. I fixed that leak with the T, and then I found there was another join just off, and I've got no idea what's out that other way, because there's no water troughs down here at all. Now we clean the trough, we can see the bottom now, that's nice. And I picked up 3,000 litres of milk, and that will be yogurtized. So it keeps okay, and we pop the pigs down the back here. In this area I'm going to rip out and regrass. This paddock is absolute crap, but I've improved it greatly in the time I've been here. And I'm leaving a reasonable amount of scraps behind, but that'll just be compost in my paddock. And I just keep the pigs behind an electric fence. Works really, really well. And 2 of the little boars, well, there's only 2 little boars, these 2 at the end on the left, they've got a little appointment with the butcher in 2 weeks' time. And they're going to be just a lovely size for pork. One of my goals with this paddock was to strip the grass out of it and graze it down reasonably hard over the winter, which is a really good plan until you get some smaller animals that you don't want to do hard, and you give them a bale of silage ad lib, as much as they can eat. So my plans have changed a little bit, which is farming. in the hogget mob, hey Crystal, they are ready for a move, but at the same time I don't want to grow them too big and get those lambs too big, because I've often had trouble with having to do lambing assistance with hoggets, mainly the October, November ones. And I've also sold number 74, which was my fluffy one. She went to a lifestyle block where she will be looked after and will be great friends for the people. You're my little fence crawler, aren't you? So each morning I actually watch this one and her paddock mate crawl through the fence, which is over here. That's where they crawl through the fence. And then they go across that paddock, they go under the gate or through the fence, depending which one it is, into the car paddock to eat grass. And then they come back to this paddock each day. So I'm kind of thinking that, seeing I've got the neighbour's grass, that I may actually split off the empty hoggets, try and grow them as much as I can, and then that will allow me to prioritise my home grass for my own hoggets that are going to lamb. And instead of being 9 of them now, I think there's only 8. Crystal's Granny's daughter, so if you see me give Granny a pat, this is why. Crystal was so friendly. She just comes from a very friendly family. She's got this really dark nose, but of course, as we all know, that would be a pure Wiltshire. Yeah, I joke about pure Wiltshires because very few pure Wiltshires in New Zealand are pure Wiltshires, because they were crossed when they came into New Zealand from a polled Dorset. Proper Wiltshires have horns, and very few of the Wiltshire flock in New Zealand are derived from the naturally occurring polled gene out of the horned Wiltshires. Most of them come from that polled Dorset type cross, and then most of them have had something else blended over the years. Very, very normal. I've also made a deal to get a ram sire for next year. I'm hoping that's going to happen. I'm really excited about it, actually. It takes me a little bit to warm up for some of these ideas, but I am super, super excited about it. It's got to come from a long way. This little girl coming through here in the middle, she had my smallest lambs, 3.25 and 3.4 kilos, little tykes, little fellas. And then this girl, she's going along the fence line, one of my better ewes, she had a single. She was meant to have twins. Hey Blackleg, come on, let's go. Come on, miss, off you go. You don't have much udder there, miss. You're in that same lot that I got from Tikawiti, aren't you? Your lamb looks okay. How you going, buddy? Off you go. Come on, take you, these. Come on. Go, hey, look at the other ewes. See where you're going. Be a sheep and follow the rest, because that's what sheep do. That's what you're known for, is following everyone else. Come on. This was my last lamb born. And I know it's winter. I've also got these things growing, so I'm going to need to get out and address those. There's more there, over there, on the hillside, on the hillside. We're also seeing some shedding. So this is Of course, as I said, you'll be watching it in August. But see this little girl here? She's a little bit skitty. She's not the friendliest sheep. Can you stop that? You make me dizzy. You can see she's shed around her neck. And a bit on the shoulder. And then my trouble's over here. Hey Lulu. Can we look at your neck, please? Let's have a look at your neck, please. I need some pellets for you, eh? Some bribes. She's shedding around her neck. There we go. And same as the one behind her.